I'm part of government, and I will say that is what hurts me. Yeah, I saw in social media Kwesi saying that President Mahama instructed his dismissal in 2014. President Mahama didn't have any interest. Because the GFA itself at the time, there's no way they will have listened to President Mahama. You understand? That's why I had a serious brush with them. Because they've made the Black Stars seem as if it's an exclusive right of the GFA to take every decision pertaining to the Black Stars. Nobody has a right to even intervene. And so when you try, all they say that you want to interfere. But I always tell people that government cannot sit down and not intervene in situations when Ghanaians, we
can see a train wreck coming.
Look, this country, close to 80% of football lovers in this country, we're all lamenting and saying that Otuado Nye. It was only continuing was Ben, you also said it.
I said it, yeah. As for me,
right from the day he was appointed, I listened to you, said it. That was it the best
option
for us?
Yep.
So, a government will intervene. I'm not saying government intervened, but the government will intervene in such situations in order to restore public confidence in the team. It's not only our national team. Why has Tottenham Hotspur management and the club decided to sack their coach? They sacked him. They brought somebody. Why did Manchester United decide that they were sacking Amorim? It got to a time, it's like an ordinary person on the streets
knows that the manager is not good enough.
Yes, but then the manager was this Interco in Kumasi.
The Interco in Kumasi.
That girl is called Gaza. And look, so that is what we need to do. We've seen the potential, so we are taking him to a much more environment where she will have all the logistics and these things to build herself. That's what we must do with our football. Look, we can't also say get players. When I hear that thing, sometimes I laugh. Look at players. Ball in your jar. Hansen Kotoko. Coach players say ball in your jar.
No,
Ben.
You mean to say that we should not be discussing infusing this team with local players?
At all. Look, who are the local players?
The standard is bad.
Who are they? Mention 3 players who are qualified enough from the local league to play in the first.
I beg you. I beg you.
Even Benjamin Asari is a problem. You understand? He's the best, though. We say he's the best goalkeeper in the whole country. But even he lacks so many things. Last time our match with Austria, with Germany, he came out twice, and all those situations were disasters.
Yes. You see, if you look at Benjamin Asari, just suppose it to the time where Samir J and George O were competing with Olele in the Black Stars. Look at the quality there.
Yes.
And look at the quality of Benjamin Asari. He comes nowhere closer to any of those goalkeepers.
The Black Stars goalkeeping situation gives me headaches.
Bro. We were having Olele as number 1. Samir J, number 2. George O, number 3. What? George O.
I'll come back to honorable on objectives. I want to take some messages and then some thoughts around the table. Let me read some messages that have been coming.
And do you know what we did? We didn't just give them a try and error coach. We give them experienced coaches. Fathers who used to talk to those players. The players see them as father figures.
How do you come to them?
They respect them.
Take over Ghana football, and in less than 1 month, you sack Otiakintin. How do you do that? This man has worked with the likes of Coach Ade. He's worked with the late Coach Ade, the late Uncle Ben Kofi, Celsus Jones, Atukefio. He was the technical director of the FA. You come 1 month, then you sack him. Do you love Ghana football?
So, I want us to look at it critically and say, look, we are going to the World Cup. In view of the mess we've caused ourselves already, let's hope that it won't be too much of an embarrassment and a disgrace like it happened in the past. But even when it happens, we should all accept it, come back home, and now sit down. Don't allow the FA to do the same mistake again.
It won't happen.
Let's now critically, all of us, sit down and look at what we want to watch. I say, if we don't set ourselves objectives, we will always fail. We say we are building a team for 2030 something World Cup. So we'll start. If we don't qualify for the next 2 World Cups, so be it. Look, How many years has it taken Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup?
So many years.
How many years did it take Morocco to qualify for the last World Cup?
Yeah.
And when they qualify, look at their performance. Ghana and Nigeria, we are not seeing something. Those stars which led us, lifted us, they are all declining.
Yep.
And we have not built stock. The reason why the Francophone countries are doing better than us, they are focusing more on the development agenda
The youth game.
And Senegal is the perfect example. In fact, they've won basically every tournament from ground up.
I'm telling you,
Every
because their
tournament.
youth development system is so solid.
Solid.
Look, today, go to Kenya and go and look at what they are doing.
Yeah.
Kenya, Tanzania, Botswana,
Yeah.
Malawi, those countries are now seeing that football is a business.
Yep.
And so they are committing
Investing money.
Investing money. Today, Algerian women football is squaring with Ghana. They are playing with us and we are struggling.
Yep.
Algeria.
Yep.
In fact, at the time, they were not even allowing women to play football at all.
At all.
Because now they are developing, they are investing into it. So I'm saying that we cannot sit down and do the same things all the time and expect different results.
Yeah.
Let's decide that we want to develop our game.
Yeah.
We've seen our performances after the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
Our performances have slumped.
Declining, yeah.
So what do? We are looking at the next 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
So what do? We are going to start from getting people for under 12 from the schools and colleges, build them up, train them, nurture them. Those who have my old boy's body, how do we develop his biceps? How do we develop? No, look, that's what we did.
And it's serious business.
Yes,
Look,
serious business.
Bro, Ben, let me tell you this. I spent close to 6 months handling Ibrahim Atiku
Oh, okay.
You know,
just to build him.
Yep.
that nice midfield.
Yes.
Yep.
It was my boy. I got him from Pando,
Wow.
brought him to Accra, gave him to Cowland Babies so that I could monitor him because I live close. I'm
Yes.
in Zongole in Cowland. Every morning, I go to the beach with him because I saw that he has no strength in his legs. And he has a little bit of a bow leg.
Bowling, yeah.
So if he doesn't build the legs, and anytime he tries to put up a peg to block a player, he will get injured.
Yeah.
So we have to build his muscles. We have to open up his bicep because as a midfielder, whenever he gets the ball, he should be able to use his body to
shield the
ball. So we have to develop him in the gym, and before he got opportunity to play for under 17, so we can go down, look out for players. When we have a champion, Austin Odoi, in Ketia,
Players used to the big stage.
and you see, so that will help us. So that coach will not have too much of a burden. Of a burden.
Trying to lift players'
Yes.
spirits, trying
Yes,
to
you
encourage
understand.
you. Yeah.
Because these players can handle this. And I want to see Ghana and England, where in our team we have Kudus, we have Semenyo, we have Austin Odoi, we have Edin Ketia, we have Partey. Jikume, we have a champion.
These are players who have battled it out with these guys before.
I swear, Carlos Austin Odoi standing, Ben White will not make a move. That. Look, Ben, let me give you an example. You see, when we're playing Colts, we all feared Abedipele. And I was a very difficult player.
Wait, you played Colts with Abedi?
Yes.
That's some legendary stuff.
But I've always been the reserve for most of the matches. But that particular match, my coach called me and said, "Well, no, go here, wawa. I didn't agree."
For those who don't understand, he says that his coach said, "You are a tough guy. Like you are aggressive. I like your mentality."
Because Abedi was very aggressive at the time. You understand?
Punch him if you can.
Yes.
In the face.
Just get him out.
Rough him up. Yeah.
Sensation.
For close to,
Let him feel you.
for close to 45 minutes.
Yeah. Abedi was.
He never, because as soon as you get the ball, no one. And I was as fast as he was, so he couldn't use it. So when he moves, sometimes I give him an opportunity to move, then slide. Wham! He started trying on the field, and then he was changed. As soon as he was changed, the coach changed me. Just finish. Yes. So sometimes you need to have certain players that you can use purposely
for certain jobs
to achieve an objective.
That's right.
And I think that is what we must do. So look, we are going to this World Cup. We have a critical situation now. What do we do?
Yes.
So can we explore the possibility of having these players? So their level and their confidence alone will be able to take us through. But if the situation we are in, we still go with inexperienced players. Like what we saw against Austria.
But that's a situation that requires trust. And how do you expect a coach who has never met these players to know who already, before he goes to a World Cup, who he can trust?
So that is the issue. This particular, in fact, what we have done is that we have even made all the trials and the play completely useless. It's bad. So I think that it's a problem. But then the timing, I am faulting the GFA for sitting
and
waiting for all this while, because that is what has also led to this huge amount of payoff we are going to pay. You understand? Because if you have sacked him a week into your contract, you will not pay that compensation as today. $500,000 and over is huge money. Huge money. So within the term of office of the GFA, if you look at the amount of money compensations,
close to $1 million.
And that Ketokreku alone,
close to $1 million.
And 838 or something
$1,000.
You understand? It's because we take decisions without looking at the long-term objective of the team. And I have said something, and many people did not accept it when I said it, that look, after our performance in 2014, I felt that the team we built over the period had reached their peak, and they were now declining. So what we needed to do was to have that tenacity and the patience and say we are building a new team for the next 10, 20 years. So in that time, and that if that is what we decided to do, then you need Otoado, because he's a development coach. So then you take him to maybe under 12, under 14, under 17 to start developing those talents there. You don't entrust him with a senior national team. He himself, how many years did he play in a senior national team?
He didn't play for more than two years.
You understand? Where you are recruiting me from? What was the level of his coaching? He was a development coach. He wasn't even the reserve coach. You understand?
They call him a transition coach.
Yes.
When the youngsters are ready to make a transition to the first team, then they
it's
go
like
through
what Manchester has done with Darren Fletcher now. You understand? So you cannot just get up and say Otuado is ripe enough. Look, you see, I will want someone to play for the GFA president, my very good son and nephew. What you played from the beginning of the program, when he was introducing the coach, and today.
That was Milo Van Rahevac, when he was bringing Milo back for a second time.
So, and then, what did he say when he was bringing Otuado for the second time?
He said Otuado was capable of doing the job and that he had good experience.
So what happened now? Me neighbor. Eko ten how. Well, many were winning. He was small.
So just to even paint a timeline. So there's been he came to meet Kwesi Appiah, whom he didn't like. Ketokreku's administration were at loggerheads with Kwesi Appiah. Eventually they paid him a severance and he left.
Wait.
His first coach.
The Kwesi Appiah issue.
I never believed that I had to let the coach go at that time. And we never believed as an ESCO that we had to let the coach go at that time. And we stay with that position. We've all done football at various levels. And sometimes there are auxiliary reasons why certain decisions has to be taken or not to be taken. Some of these reasons are not available to a lot of people. And therefore it's very normal when people share their opinions about which direction we have to go. But I look back and I'm happy that we took that decision. At the end, we qualified for the Mondial with the same gaffer, and I don't regret at all. We as Ghanaians have overly placed premium on the size of the technical team of the Stars. In terms of numbers, I think that it's either even smaller than what we took to Qatar, or maybe of the same size by way of numbers. By way of the niche areas, it may be different. That could be topical. But throughout the journey, we've worked closely with the head trainer. That's a fact. And we've made collective decisions in terms of the make of the personnel. Now that is not there, obviously there's a need for a discussion on the way forward, and we are looking at a holistic discussion for us.
Will those technical team members, will all of them stay?
I can't answer for this moment, but what I know is that I am leading the charge, engaging all key stakeholders, just to make sure that we have a technical team that will take us to where we desire and where we want to go.
The discussion around the coach's departure, I think, basically seems to hinge on two fronts. I think it's not in doubt that a lot of people in Ghana wanted a change of direction, but there are many who are also asking, why a change of direction so few days to the World Cup? How do you balance that? Those who say this should have happened way long ago, what's your response to that?
In football, I will answer by saying that in football, every second counts. Every second is as important. The last second of the game is as important as the first second of the game. So I don't belong to that school of thought that says that it's late or it's too early or why now. I don't belong to that school of thought. In football, when decisions have to be taken, they have to be taken. And I think that at the moment, this is the way we have decided to go. Having clearly thought through this, and I think that the plan of the team, i.e., the preparatory plan for the World Cup, remains intact, and we've not lost days. And whoever will come in must and will be somebody who is sharp, somebody who knows the squad, or somebody who is prepared to work overtime to know the squad and to be able to prepare the team for the Mondial. We will provide the team with a serene atmosphere for the boys to have full concentration and to work with a new technical head.
There are a few conversations that keeps playing back to my mind, especially after the Nations Cup failure, and when the whole country must have been 99% clear in his mind that the coach needed to go. Have you reflected on it and thought maybe they were right at the time?
I never believed that I had to let the coach go at that time, and we never believed as an ESCO that we had to let the coach go at that time, and we stay with that position. We've all done football at various levels, and sometimes there are auxiliary reasons why certain decisions has to be taken or not to be taken. Some of these reasons are not available to a lot of people, and therefore it's very normal when people share their opinions about which direction we have to go. But I look back and I'm happy that we took that decision. At the end, we qualified for the Mondial with the same gaffer, and I don't regret at all.
I'm just wondering, given everything that's going on around, did the GFA and even you, his biggest backer, watch the really poor display against Austria and say to yourself, if we don't act, we get embarrassed? Is that what triggered you right now?
So first of all, we never made it to the AFCON.
I mean, in terms of
yes, I'm just building a point. We never made it to the AFCON. So unlike our brothers who have qualified for the Mondial and also made it to the AFCON, they have a team in place already. Our situation is quite different, and therefore, if you look at what we did, we carefully selected the opponents and games for the team, so that the team will have adequate game preparations leading to the World Cup. These preparatory games are supposed to allow the coach to see the players at this level, to test the players, to see which players can help him at the Mondial and which players cannot. Of course, when you go into friendly games, you also have in mind that you want to win. And that was a clear instructions for my good self to think our team. I want to win every friendly game. But in football, sometimes things can go wrong, especially when you go in a game on a high, you have the belief that you'll win, and then all of a sudden you are 3 goals down. Once you are 3 goals down, you can concede 10. I mean, that is football. So, and I was interested in how the team would regroup and how they will perform against Germany. And